When you're in a position where you're structured properly and tailored to you, options are so much more open.
You've got a triple threat today. You've got Richard, you got Henry, three guys who are just trying to make sense of why absolutely everything is suddenly more patriotic when it costs 30%, 40%, 50%, 100% more.
When you're climbing this ladder, you don't face the challenges of potentially one of these rungs breaking under your feet. How far does it fall into your business? That's going to be based on how your ladder is structured. Structure isn't paperwork, it's shock absorption.
Our experience in dealing with business owners and helping guide them in the implementation of this process, what you're unveiling is how you either minimize valuation, from declining, or how you preserve and even, again, put yourself in a position where your business is undeniably unique.
I guess the key thing is when you're in a position where you're structured properly and tailored to you, options are so much more open. And again, you're not scrambling in all of that haphazard mess that, you just recovered from one thing and then you get knocked again. So you're not wound dizzy. And what I kind of wanted to share was just a really quick visual on looking at it. So I'm just going to try whiteboarding it for the viewers to see and the listeners. If you kind of take a look at one side of things, which is, if you imagine you have two ladders, and each of the ladders, so this side, I would call it the unstructured. And when somebody's unstructured, we'll have these, rungs on your ladder here. So step 1, step 2, step 3. So let's call the step 1 your sales. The second is your margin. The next is your liquidity. And we look at the next 6. Which is your credit. And then your EBITDA. And then your multiple. So kind of to wrap up the teaching point together here is when these policy shocks happen, what most owners will experience is each of these rungs start breaking down. So how far does it fall into your business? That's going to be based on how your ladder is structured, as opposed to if we were to look at it from a vantage point of when someone is structured. So I'm just going to remove all of that and just copy this over.
We want you to understand the 5 strategies that you can use to reduce taxes now and in the future. In fact, we wrote about them in our book, Keep Taxes Away from Your Wealth. You can get a copy of Keep Taxes Away from Your Wealth by going to keeptaxesaway.com. That's keeptaxesaway.com. Ease on over there, get a copy today.
This whiteboard feature on the Zoomers is pretty neat.
That's because I also draw on it, and I'm resisting the urge to draw a great happy face when the structured ladder, once Henry's done.
Well, on the structured ladder then comes, I'm going to use a little nice color here, when you start adding all these bolsters around so you can protect your multiple. You can protect your EBITDA. You can start protecting needing to go to credit. You'll have readily access to liquidity. And that's when you're installing a really good tool inside your business to withstand some of these shocks so that when you're climbing this ladder, you don't face the challenges of potentially one of these rungs breaking under your feet.
Yeah.
So structure isn't paperwork, it's shock absorption.
Absolutely love that. And how does a business owner move from the unstructured ladder over to the structured ladder?
We've talked a lot about that. I think the biggest component, this is a little bit biased, of course, to all of us, is definitely if you're working with a coach or someone who's trained as a professional to go through this process to evaluate where are all of the vulnerabilities as it relates to your business, and thinking of, and so, because sometimes, you're in it so much when you have someone who's independent from being inside of the business, they can give you a pretty fair, objective point of view, depending again on their philosophies and things. But we at Sending Financial, we focus on helping our clients, looking at things and giving them that clarity. And sometimes those conversations aren't easy. However, it's a very good opportunity just to give you the clarity, and then you can go do your research. You can see if that's suitable to what you're looking for.
Go ahead, take a look at the next episode down below, and make sure you get a copy of our book, Cash Follows the Leader. Go to cashfollows.com and get a free copy right to your inbox.